This series just gives me so much happiness. It's such a great way just to start anime off on a Saturday, or start any day off, because Demi-chan is one of those type of series that can give you a lot of life lessons, but also it could just make you feel good. And just seeing the character interactions between Machi, Yuki, and Hikari, and even Takahashi-sensei, it just makes for a very enjoyable watch. And honestly, you could lose track of time while you're watching this series. It could go from feeling like it's, 2 minutes and it's already over. The episode is just done. And it kind of sucks that, this series, feels like that sometimes, because when you get into something, you wish you could continue watching it. Like, it wouldn't be over. And it's kind of sad to know that this series, it will be ending soon. And I'm going to miss the days when this series ends, because I have truly enjoyed this every single Saturday and have had a lot of fun watching it every single weekend. But with the sad stuff out of the way, though, this episode had some very interesting characterization for Yuki. But also, we get to see, once again, a happier side of her, which is something I want to go back to and talk about. As we know, about 3 or 4 episodes ago, Yuki was a type of character that, honestly, she couldn't really express herself, and she didn't have any friends because she just didn't want to be open or anything about it, because what she was a snow woman, and she felt like she would hurt others, so she kept her distance away from everyone. She shut herself out. And in this episode, we just see how much Yuki really just fits in with everyone, how determined she is to make friends, but also how she could just have these own emotions that really show she's really normal, but also just, it's funny when you see the way she reacts to certain things. Like, the entire conversation with Succubus-sensei and Yuki was probably by far one of my favorite moments of the episode, because I felt like that was me. I legit thought that was me that was, like, in that episode. Like, I was just relating so hard with Yuki when she was sitting there just denying how she liked anime or manga, and then on top of that, she was like, oh wow, that had that type of scene in it, had that dirty scene, I need to go check this manga out. I mean, I'm just gonna be completely real with all of you. I have done that shit. Like, I think we all have. I think we can all admit, let's just be honest here, I think we all can admit that we have heard probably something about a manga series, maybe something very dirty, sexually orientated, and so it caught our interest to where we wanted to find out what it was about, and so to read the series or watch the series. And I have been caught doing that many times. It was one of the big reasons of how I discovered To Love Ru, but also how I discovered, like, Rosario Vampire. And so when I think about stuff like this and just see what, Yuki was saying in this episode, I'm like, I relate so fucking much with this combo. I remember not really ever admitting that I was, like, into manga or whatever when I was going into school, and I'm like, damn, like, this shit, it's relatable. It's just so fucking relatable. But when she's sitting there having a fun time, and, like, in her mind, we get to see her, like, what she's thinking, and she's just laughing inside her mind, she's trying to hold back laughs or whatever, while Succubus-sensei is reading the manga, saying, like, oh, this is very interesting, this is old or whatever, and all that, has some interesting comedy and gags and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, when you just see Yuki just busting a gut laughing on the side, I'm like, I love this interaction. I love the characterization Yuki got in this episode, because it shows a brighter side to her. And as I've said already, she's changed quite a bit in these past couple episodes. We see how she really is enjoying the time she's having in school now, but also she's a little bit more open than she once was. So I'm glad. I'm really glad to see, her having fun and just sitting down reading manga and stuff. It just shows how much she has progressed as a person. So, besides that, the main conflict of this episode, or the point of the episode, is all focused on test and grades, which is something you normally see in a slice of life series, even a comedy slice of life. It is something that normally happens. It's a common theme in these type of series, to where a character, probably the main character, main female or male character, they're not really good with tests or exams or whatever, and, shit goes south to where they need to study, and that's kind of what this episode was. It was the stereotypical, let's get together and study as a group of friends for we can, pass our exams. And overall, the outcome of the episode was, once again, very stereotypical as well. Everything, passed in the end. Like, everybody passed, everything was fine, and everybody was happy at the end of the day. However, some of the interactions with the characters really spiced up the normal, I guess, cliche standard of this theme, and I really appreciate that. When you see, like, Hikari and how she's just trying to, change or get better and study and all that, all for Takahashi-sensei, but also when, there's references made to their Demi side, it just just really makes this theme that's honestly been used so much very refreshing. Like, I love when Takahashi-sensei, he walks up to Hikari, he's like, you pretty much failed and all that. You no passing grades. You failed 3 classes and all that. I know you're a vampire, but you don't need to have all your scores in the red. But, you know, you don't need to have them in the red. And I'm like, yo, that fucking burn. That is a savage fucking burn by Takahashi-sensei. I'm like, damn. And when she's like, hug me, Takahashi-sensei. I'm like, oh. Like, that shit was so good. Like, that shit was so fucking adorable and funny. I had a good time with that. So, I once again, I gotta say, I really love the refreshing nature of this episode. Like I said, even though it is an episode that is something you would normally see from this type of genre of series, it was different enough to where I was able to appreciate the episode and still have fun, because Demi-chan is a series like that. It tries to be a little bit different, add its own little spice to the series, which that's what I truly enjoy. You can have the same plot or whatever of any other series, but at the very least, it comes down to the execution and how you do it. And so with this, episode, once again, Demi-chan showing how it can, be different amongst the crowd of many similar episodes. Now, another thing I really enjoyed was the little character interactions. Like, seeing Machi, she was someone that was completely smart. Like, she was insanely smart, which, honestly, I didn't think, she had that good of a head on her shoulders to where she would actually be able to be #1 of the entirety of the school. I'm like, holy shit. But the big thing that caught me by surprise, though, was the little interactions when, Hikari and Yuki, they were studying and all that, when they were just poking Machi in the cheek like this. You're like, oh, you're getting ahead of yourself. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking adorable. Like, that's so adorable. And so, yeah, it was just that type of episode. It was a feel-good episode, and if you want an episode that could just leave you with a smile and make you happy, this is the episode for you. Demi-chan is a great series. It continues to make me happy every single week. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this week's episode of Demi-chan? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Which, I don't know how you could hate the episode, but, like and taste in anime is subjective. But I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.